Hey guys, good morning. This is Rich down at Mr. Guns Firearms in Cave Creek, Arizona. And this is today's NFA update. So, as you know, we've been doing this series now for about 23 days, right? And I've been trying to keep you guys updated on what's going on with the submissions since the change in the tax stamp, lack thereof, and suppressors that we put into the system. I haven't even gotten into anything else like SBRs or machine guns or any other weapons or stuff like that right now because everybody's been hyper-focused on the suppressor side of things. And I wanted to point out that we had some initial success with submissions with the eForms website, doing regular submissions with regular suppressors for regular people who bring me their own data. When I say data, what I mean is their fingerprints and their electronic fingerprints and their photographs. So anyhow, basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep you updated on what's going on with the NFA because we still have other submissions that are on the silencer shop side of things. And that has been relatively difficult. We put a suppressor in for an individual that I do transfers for, a pretty high profile guy. It is one of the newer Stealth Additive Works Shiv suppressors. It's a 2.3 ounce, 100% titanium 3D printed product that weighs 2.3 ounces. We wanted to get this into his hands so that he could do a video. He has about 1.5 million followers on a couple of different platforms. And he was traveling, so he wanted to be able to take this with him. So we went ahead and we got it in the system. And for those of you familiar with the Silencer Shop process, what you do to set up an account with them is you can go to one of their kiosks and you take the photograph and you do your fingerprints and then they hold that data. And when you purchase suppressors through them or through your dealer, the dealer may or may not be aligned with Silencer Shop with regards to the account that they use and the products that they sell. What that means is that if Silencer Shop does not have that suppressor, you can buy the suppressor and have it shipped to me, or I can buy the suppressor and then transfer it through Silencer Shop to you. This is kind of a complex process. Silencer Shop looks at me as a regular FFL, and I'm an 0702, so I'm a manufacturer and then I have an 02. That is what I do my special operations taxes through, that license. Not a class 3, I'm an 02. So when I have products that Silencer Shop doesn't have and the customer wants that product, I use my dealer account through a dealer portal on the computer to pull suppressors that are in my inventory. I allow Silencer Shop to use the data on that suppressor to submit for me. This can get very confusing. Try to follow along. I don't want to make a really long video. It seems like people's interest is kind of like waning after, I go on too long. So I take the suppressor from my inventory, I submit it through Silencer Shop, goes through eForms, and that's when you get it. Now, they are doing the backside work like I do. And I think I've shared with you before that when you come in and do that suppressor with me, I already have created a draft. You come in and you answer the questions you need to answer. I've put in the sheriff's department and all the rest of that information, inserted your picture, your fingerprints, and all those things. You come in, you complete the form, you certify, I certify, and then I send it in. You get your email, I get an email, and then when your suppressor gets approved or whatever item it is, you get an email saying it's approved. I get an email saying it's approved. I print out the tax stamp. You come in, you fill out a 4473, and you're out the door. It sounds like a lot of stuff. It really shouldn't be, because if you, especially if you're a large operation like Silencer Co. or Silencer Shop, I keep saying Silencer Co., it's Silencer Shop, they should have an immediate access to individuals at the ATF who will do the application process for them, and then get back to them. So this individual, we went through the process. They asked him for an updated photograph. They want to have a current photograph for you at Silencer Shop at all times. He did that. That took a couple days because he gets an email. He's a busy dude. Gets in there, updates his fingerprints, his photograph, gets that taken care of. And then it shows up in my dealer side of Silencer Shop. And then I go in and it's called Prepare and Certify. Every time I tried to do it, it wouldn't do it. Sends him an email, sends him an email, sends him an email. I keep trying. I try at 6 o'clock on Sunday morning. Yesterday, I try at 8 o'clock on Friday night. Can't get it to go through. I call Silencer Shop this morning, finally. I'd sent emails and I called them. No response. Now, what I've been told by guys who work in that department at Silencer Shop is that there's 5 guys. 5 guys who help you as a dealer. I don't know how many. I'm thinking it's probably the same guys who are on the customer side of things. You can't really call them and get an update as to what's going on with your application. They refer you to the ATF. Now, the ATF, if you ever call them, it's that 304 number. They're never going to tell you anything. I'm going to tell you from personal experience. They are never going to tell you anything. Even as a dealer, they are never going to tell you anything. They tell you to go back to eForms and look. And so it's like this around and round thing where nobody's really being helpful. And Silencer Shop, understandably, is a large operation, and they don't want to be fielding phone calls all day long because guys would be calling up every 5 minutes. Where's my suppressor? Where's my suppressor? It's been 10 days. It's been 11 days. It's like, hey, look, dude, we got other stuff to do. Just sit tight. You're going to get it. It's not going to be 18 months like it used to be. I have people who come in here and they tell me about getting suppressors back in the day. They just totally forgot about it. All of a sudden, they get a call one day. They're like, hey, your suppressor's ready. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? What suppressor? I have cases where I've ordered them and they weren't available and they just send them to me. Like, they don't even call me up. They're just like, I showed you the PTR the other day. Thing just shows up. I'm like, what is this? And who is this for? No idea. Get on the phone this morning. First thing, get in the shop. Get on the phone. Call up the dealer side of Silencer Shop. They have a dedicated dealer line, and the elevator music sounds exactly like the customer side of things. So I get on the phone and I call them up and they put me on hold. You are number 15 in the queue. You are number 13 in the queue. 37 minutes goes by. I got a shop here. Like, what, are you supposed to sit on hold all day long? Like, I got so much. I got 5 guns over here. Got to ship to Texas. I got stuff in the back I'm looking for. I got to take pictures. I put up 40 listings on Gunbroker yesterday. I mean, like, holy cow, dude. Like, I don't have time. And if you miss the call, like, then what are you going to do? You're going to jump around getting the queue again. So, lo and behold, you are 3rd in the queue. Guy picks up. It's like, whoa. And I recognize the name because I've called a couple times before. And before all this craziness happened, like, these guys would call, they would pick up the phone and you'd recognize and they'd help you and whatnot. So we go through this whole thing and he says, oh, that sounds like the full auto side of the shop. Okay, now, Silencer Shop, when you go and you do your submission, it takes the information and it uses what's called the full auto portion of their website to submit it to eForms. So that's their little plugin that goes to eForms, and then you log into eForms, and then your customer. The serial number was screwed up. Now, was it me or was it them? But nobody told me, right? So I'm sitting here over and over and over and over again, like, trying to put this thing in there. It doesn't say your serial number is screwed up. 37 minutes on hold, another 6 minutes to go to the full auto side of the shop to make sure that somebody was in there. And then the guy picked up and he goes, oh, can you get eyes on? And I went back and I looked at it and I'm like, that's not the number. And this is how fast they can be if they want to be. He tells me, he goes, they're going to change it in the system, and then you should be able to go back in another couple hours and be able to upload it. It didn't even take an hour. So the guy on that side of the shop put the data in there really quick, and then I went back in, got my customer to answer his side of the questions, put in his information. He's done. I put in my information. I'm done. Click, bam, emails, it's submitted. Now that took, oh my gosh, dude, like all this unnecessary effort and wasted time. Now, how long is it going to take for us to get it back? Don't know. This is the first one I've done through Silencer Shop, so I don't know. It could be tomorrow. It could be tonight. It could be 2 hours. It should be instantaneous. And you hear it, like you watch these other YouTube guys, and they're like, call your congressman, call your mayor, call your, like, who? They don't care. They really don't care. So, that's the problem with this whole system. And we're talking about doing a video. Why is it so hard? Are you trying to help the 2A community? Meanwhile, all the videos I'm watching are like constitutional carry in another state. And then, dude, I don't care about that. I'm here. My customers are here. Why can this not be expedited? Why can this not be streamlined? Why is this so difficult? Why haven't they updated or upgraded any of the computer systems or the portals or the Silencer Shop or any of that stuff? Like, why is this so hard? I'm not going to call my congressman. I mean, what on earth? So that's where we are today. I don't have any more suppressors in the system. I'm waiting for people to get back from SHOT to pick up their stuff. A couple of influencers I work with haven't delivered anything cool. I got another GTO in here for somebody. Yeah, we're getting ready for the next gun show. I got my buddy does rattle can over here. He does killer rattle can. This is my personal LMT PDW with a night suppressor and an EOTech setup on the top. And this is a unicorn right here. You're not going to see this anywhere. That's a Sons of Liberty Mark 18 with a SOCOM suppressor on it. So I'm moving to all online. If you guys have questions, that's why there's no guns on the wall. If you guys have questions, everybody's been giving me really great comments. And yeah, I'm not a small shop. Somebody said, oh, you sound like a new shop. I'm not a new shop, dude. Let me tell you something. You try to figure this crap out, because I'll tell you what, if you cannot screw up, because it will not let you proceed. And if you don't proceed, you're never getting anything submitted. So, you know, I've done over 200 NFA items in like 4 days. Anyhow, I'm getting a call. I got to go. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think. All right? At @bad_shooters on YouTube. My name is Rich. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I have another video for you soon.